freaking love the Mason system. Okay, let's go to the defendant lobby number 2. "7 years ago, District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. Didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. The trial's over. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Mr. Ingmar. The defendants escaped. Find them, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double. He must not be allowed to escape. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir. Down there, hand on the floor, your head, now. Well, what's the big idea? My ears. No unauthorized personnel allowed in here. That would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present, progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff, Meg Meekins at your service. Or Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff of the court who let the magicians escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you're a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Sometimes tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you're in charge of securing at the time of the vanishing. I'm dying over here. Oh, it's hard to knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. Alright, so let's talk. Talk about Meekins. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this. But last year, a tragedy struck a rising star in the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start square one from a lowly bailiff. But your uniform, I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So, you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs, full of hope, then tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about? About Zack Gamari's disappearance? Oh, the humanity, jeez. That's enough of that. Let's talk about the magician's disappearance. Well, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in the court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, and the guy's face is right there in front of me. Face. So you saw something suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff, a little standing, I gave chase. I chased a silk hat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the courtroom building here. Aha, that's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. I brought myself, near a friend to call my own. Okay, And which did Zach Damari run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this and around the corner like that. So I went, no delay. I ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw the magician run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself into the body of the room. When I remembered like it was right here because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide it here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke, he was just gone. That's impressive. Yes, that, the word, oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes infinitesimal pain. I'm dying over here! Okay, I won't say it anymore, I promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish to thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How could he talk so loud and still be hiding something? Let's talk about the vanishing trick. So Zach was in this room when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. Eyes. The red silk hat, the following cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape, that's Zach, alright. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir. Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Odd thing for a Cyclops to appear, or Cyclops, I should have known. Now, unfortunately, we can't break this now, so let's end the search. And let's go to the Wright & Co. law offices. "7 years ago, Wright & Co. law offices."
Oh, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'm fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
2 weeks have passed since then. I called her into my office. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might want to stay at. This is so weird.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Huh? Really?
So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Huh? I guess so? Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you just call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick. Yes?
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes along the way, you know. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. Don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Okay, so let's talk to her. Let's talk about the office, because, you know, it looks so ugly.
So, Daddy, you got fired for being a lawyer, right?
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that your foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will ever be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know how much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You got me, don't you? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I'm directly descended from the famous Zach Amari.
Directly descended? He's your father?
Oh, and I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Okay, let's talk about Daddy. Can you tell me a bit more about your daddy? Or Zach Amari?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of True Amari, and they're big.
The Gamaris. They were on television a lot. Haven't they seen them much recently? Come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Val and Gamari together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swarm a giant waterfall.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. But first, let's talk about the professional. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs.
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand it that way for kids. How stupid.
Right. So in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy?
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're gonna do a magic trick? Please show me, I must see little kid magic. Actually, I would love to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen.
Yeah! Well, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat, isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service.
He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady?
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack.
The amazing Mr. Hat added to the court record.